everybody. We're so happy that you're here today to join us for chair yoga. It's good to see some familiar faces in the group and also some new folks. So I hope you enjoy today. This is part of a new virtual series that we're running. We're doing weekly classes every Thursday, same time, same instructor, same go-go, but every other week we're switching between chair yoga and strength training, which has been a lot of fun so far. And you, of course, know GoGo for things like on-demand rides, meals, groceries, medication delivery, even home services now. And what we're doing with this class is just experimenting to see if GoGo can also help you with some virtual programming too. So we're happy you're here. We're really excited to be joined by Adra. If you've been to any of our virtual classes so far, she's our trainer extraordinaire. I'm Cassie, I'm GoGo's communications director. And this is just really quick what we're going through. We'll start off with a quick icebreaker, see how everybody's feeling, and then pretty much jump right into the yoga class. And at the end, Adra always holds some time and some space for questions or reflections, and it's a good opportunity to share what's on your mind and ask Adra any questions. So with that, let's kick it off.
All right. I'd love for everyone to share how you're doing. You can maybe use one word or a sentence, and you can either come off mute or write it in the chat. Just thinking about how you're feeling. So I'm feeling pretty calm today, feeling pretty calm.
I'm feeling fine. Looking forward to the class.
Great. Thank you for sharing. Okay, but overcommitted. And then Irene says, oh, you're in Oakland. We're so close. I'm in San Francisco. That you appreciate these classes. You need them. Anyone else want to share? It's always optional. The other thing you're welcome to share is if you remember, if you were here 2 weeks ago, so for yoga, not last week, because last week was strength, but the week before, what our movement of the week was. So that's extra credit if you remember the movement of the week, and you can type it or say it. I'll give everyone one more minute and we'll get moving. If you want to share. All right. Well, if you are new to class, make sure you have a chair. I prefer a chair that doesn't have wheels, and a couch is fine as well if you don't have a free chair. And a chair, I have one without armrest, but you can have one with armrest, just somewhere where you can sit comfortably and safely. All right, well then, let's get going. So making your way onto your chair, if you're not already there, you're probably there already. Finding a seat. Move a little bit before we settle down. So start by taking some circles with your torso. I'm just moving the torso. Noticing what spots feel tight, what spots feel open. And circle the other way. All right, we're going to go into the move of our previous yoga session. So if anyone remembers, it's twisting. That's what we were focused on last time. Just go ahead and rotate that spine twist one way and then the other. Lots of breathing here. So you'll inhale as you come to center and exhale as you twist. Inhale as you come to center, exhale, twist. Inhaling center, exhaling, twisting, Inhaling center and exhaling, twisting. So keep going here at your own pace. You can go faster or slower than me. And then making your way back to center. Let's move the chest. You'll inhale, open the arms and lift the chest like you're doing a back bend, looking towards the ceiling. And then exhale, round your back and give yourself a hug, give yourself a little love, drop your chin, tuck your pelvis. So you inhale as you open up, expanding the body. Exhale as you round and curve the back and give yourself a hug. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Going here at your own pace. So a nice rule of thumb for breathing is when you open the body or expand the body, we're usually inhaling. And when you round or curve the body, we're usually exhaling. What's most important is that you continue to breathe throughout. But I want you to follow your own pace, right? Everybody moves at a different pace, so you don't have to move at that same speed as me. Just remembering to inhale when you open and exhale as you round. A few more times. Making your way back to center, releasing the arms, sitting nice and tall. Arms reach down alongside the body. If you have arm rest, you might need to scooch a little bit forward. And we'll side bend to one side, reaching the fingers down, thinking about going straight to the side. So you're not rounding forward or arching back, you're going just straight to the side. And then as you exhale, you'll come back up to center. Inhale, side bend, reaching down to wherever feels good and safe, stretching that side body. Exhale, coming up. So exhaling on the effort of work. So inhale as you stretch to the side. Exhale, coming up. Inhale to the side. Exhale, coming up. Keep going. If you'd like, you're welcome to add an arm. So when you inhale to the side, you can reach an arm overhead and then bring it back down when you exhale. That's optional. Only do that if it feels good. Inhale, reaching the other arm overhead. Exhale, coming up. A few more times at your own pace. Again, don't worry about the arm if that doesn't feel good. So again, we're inhaling when we're expanding and stretching, and exhaling on the effort back to center. A few more times. And then making your way back to center. Releasing those arms, go ahead and roll those shoulders forward. And then roll those shoulders back. Then dropping the shoulders and taking a moment to settle in. So you're welcome to look down to the ground or close the eyes. Just make sure you're comfortable and you're in a space, a mental space where you can soften. Take a moment to notice, again, how you're feeling. So I know some of you shared how you were feeling, but again, noticing, how are you feeling today? Right? And there's no judgment, right? You don't need to have an amazing day every day, but just allowing whatever's there to be. Just acknowledging it. You don't need to sit in it for too long. You're just noticing. Okay, this is how I'm doing today, right now, in this moment. And then begin to notice your breathing. So what your natural breath is. In yoga, we spend a lot of time thinking about the breath and linking the breath to our movements, but noticing here, what does your natural breath do? Try not to change it, but of course, once we pay attention to something, it tends to change. Notice where you feel the breath in the body. Do you feel it entering and exiting the nostrils? Do you feel your chest expanding and softening? Do you feel movement in your belly? And I want to encourage you to fill your entire torso with your breath. So as you inhale, feeling your rib cage expanding in all directions, not just forward, but also to the side and even back. And then a little expansion of the belly as you inhale. And then as you exhale, feeling your belly soften and pull in and your entire rib cage to soften inward or towards the center. So as you inhale, your rib cage expands in all directions. So front to back, side to side, belly expands a little bit. And then as you exhale, it softens, it moves inward. So the rib cage comes closer, it narrows, and your belly pulls in. Inhale, ribs expand in all directions, front, back, side to side. Exhale, softening. I'm gonna add some arm movement with our breath here. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed if you'd like. Inhale, ribs expand, arms reach out to the side. Exhale, flip your palms to face down from the T position, lower the arms. So we're just adding arms to our breath if you'd like. So inhale, arms reach out to a T position. Palms can face up as you inhale. Exhale, flip your palms down as you exhale, push the air. Inhaling, arms reach up. You're welcome to reach higher if you want to go past the T position. Exhale, arms push down. Inhale as you reach to a T or higher, up to you. Listen to your shoulders, listen to your body. Exhale, push. Keep going, follow your breath. And just a reminder that this is your time, your practice. So everything that I offer is simply that, an offering, an option. You don't have to do anything that I say, especially if it doesn't feel good. I want to encourage you to listen to your body. You can always skip something, modify something. A couple more times. Again, inhale when your arms reach up. Next time your arms are up, no rush, we'll pause. And then bring the palms to touch in front of the heart. Interlace your fingers here and push your palms forward. Go to wherever you can. You can also lower your arm downward. So if reaching this high does not feel good, arms can always come down. Stretching those fingers, stretching those forearms, dropping those shoulders away from the ears. And then releasing the hands and circle your wrists. So I'm circling outward. You can circle in whatever direction you want. We'll go both ways. Feeling any pops, cracks, snaps. Circle the other way. Unclenching the jaw here. And then keeping those elbows bent, bring your hands forward in front of you, palms face up. So you have a bend about 90 degrees here. Your palms are facing up. We'll inhale, open up the arms. So thumbs start to reach back, but elbows stay close to your body. You'll feel a stretch here, some sensation in the shoulders, maybe even in the chest and back. Exhale, hands come back towards each other, pinkies might touch. Inhale as you open up those arms, rotating back, reaching those thumbs back, keeping those elbows close to the body. Exhale, pinkies touch. Inhale as you open. Exhale as you close. Inhale as you open. Elbows stay close to the body if you can. Exhale as you close. It's a little bit harder with elbows closed. Keep going. Follow your breath. And if you don't remember the breath pattern, that's okay. What I want you to do is to make sure that you link one of the parts of the breath, so either the inhale or the exhale, with one of the movements, and then the inhale and the exhale with the other movement. So what I was suggesting was, as you inhale, elbows stay in, your thumbs reach back, and as you exhale, fingers come towards each other. But you can always switch it up, right? It's not a hard and fast rule. What's important is that you are linking your breath with your movement. Keeping the jaw soft a few more times. And then letting that go, releasing the arms, and we'll move our attention to our feet. So we'll do some heel lifts here. You don't need to move. When I move, it's just so that you can see a little bit better. You'll lift one heel off of the ground. So heel lifts up and then bring it down. And then other heel lifts up and down. Okay, going here. So getting a little calf movement here. Try to really articulate through the foot so that you're getting motion through the entire foot. Just lifting and lowering. Back of the neck is long, jaw is soft. Continuing to breathe. There's no special breath here. Might even feel some shaking in your calf if you go really slowly. Great. Now we'll start to add some marching. So lifting a foot completely off the ground and then bringing it back down. Lifting a foot completely off the ground and bringing it back down. If that is not going to work for you, you can stay with the heel lifts. So that's absolutely a great option. Stay with the heel lifts, work those calves. Otherwise, you're going to start to march. If possible, you're trying not to rock your entire body back when you're marching. Right, then I'm not really moving my legs, I'm moving my entire torso. So what I'm doing is what you don't want to do. I'm going to try and keep your spine still as you move your legs. And just keep natural breath here. Again, there's no special linking of the breath in this movement. Starting to feel maybe a little bit of heat in the legs. And releasing that, feet down. We'll stretch the right leg out in front of us. So straightening out one leg, other leg stays bent. And we'll point and flex that right foot. So if my hand is the foot, it's going up and down. And pointing and flexing, finding that motion throughout the entire ankle. And then flexing your foot so the toes are reaching up towards the ceiling. Holding your leg here. As you inhale, begin to lean forward a little bit, trying to keep your spine long. Exhale, sit tall again. Inhale as you lean forward. Maybe you start to feel some stretch in the back of the leg. Exhale, sit tall. Inhale as you lean forward. Exhale as you lift. Inhale into the stretch, reaching those hands downward if you'd like. Exhale as you lift up. Just a few more times here, following your breath, your pace. Next time you're leaning a little forward, go ahead and pause and hold there. You can keep your hands as they are on your legs, or if you want to go deeper, you could bring your forearm to your thigh, and then your other arm can reach down towards your shin or your foot. If that doesn't feel good, stay up. That's totally fine. Several breaths here, in and out through the nose. Noticing where you feel the stretch in the body today. So where in the leg are you feeling it? Maybe you're starting to feel it into your back or into your foot. Just noticing, where do you feel the stretch? And then reminding yourself to continue to take nice, smooth breaths in and out of the nose. About 3 more breaths here. And slowly taking your time, pressing yourself back up to sit. Rebend that right knee. Pause and just notice any differences here, right to left. And then we'll stretch out the left leg out in front of us, or whichever leg you haven't stretched. The left leg out in front, point and flex your foot. So finding that motion in the ankle first. So important to keep those ankles, those feet moving. They're our base of support as we walk, those tiny, tiny things that keep us upright. Next time your toes are up towards the ceiling, go ahead and pause. Inhale, lean forward, try and keep a flat back, so it doesn't matter how big this is. Exhale, sit tall again. Inhale as you lean forward. Exhale as you come up. Keep going, follow your breath. Inhaling forward. Exhaling up. And again, if you don't remember what the breath is, what's most important is that you actually continue to breathe. Noticing how this side might feel different compared to the first side. Maybe it's easier, maybe it's harder, maybe you feel the stretch in a completely different spot. Next time you're leaning forward, go ahead and pause. You can stay with hands as they are. You're welcome to bring a forearm down to your thigh. You're welcome to reach an arm down towards your shin or your toes. Just making sure that it feels safe on your body. Once you're in your position, unclench your jaw. And come back to your breath. Come back to that smooth movement of the breath in and out of the nose. Maybe begin to notice how the stretch changes the longer you're in it. About 3 more breaths. And then go ahead and press yourself back up to sit. Once you're up, go ahead and let your knees rotate side to side, a little windshield wiper here. We're going to keep working with those legs. We'll take those legs nice and wide. So depending on your chair, you either need to scooch really far forward in your chair or couch, or some people will find it's more comfortable to sit further back in the chair. So whatever works for you here. Taking those legs wide so that we can stretch into those inner thighs. Checking out your feet and your knees. See if your knees and your feet can face the same direction. So sometimes what happens is our feet are one way and then those knees start to knock in. If that's the case, you either need to try and push the knee out or move the legs a little closer together. So figuring out what works there. And then doing some circles here with your torso, small circles. And you might notice how that changes the stretch in your inner legs. And then small circles go the other way. And then making your way to center. You'll lean to your right. You can either keep your right hand on your leg. You can put your forearm on your armrest if you have one, or you can take your forearm to your leg. So it just depends on your positioning and your chair. And then that free arm can either stay down or reach out to the side, reach up to the ceiling or overhead. So you have the entire space, sort of rainbow-like space where your arm can be. You can keep moving your arm, or you can hold your arm in a certain position. Try and move the shoulders away from the ears and direct your attention into your side body. So into that left side that we're stretching, you're going to inhale. And as you inhale into your side body, you might feel a little more stretched. And then exhale, softening that side body as you continue to stretch. So focusing the breath into that side body. If your shoulder starts to get tired, you can always release your arm. That's absolutely fine. And we'll hold for 2 or 3 more breaths. Okay, using your exhale, we're going to bring yourself up. So deep inhale to prepare. Exhale, contract those side body muscles to help lift you up to center. All right, let's switch sides, leaning to the left. You can stay on your hand, or you can come to your forearm on your armrest or forearm onto your leg. Again, whatever works for you, there's no right or wrong. Feel free to stay right here with that free arm down. If you prefer, the arm can reach out to the side, up to the sky, or overhead, or anywhere in between. You can even move the arm through that entire range if that feels good. So finding where the stretch feels best. And then focusing your attention and your breath into that area that we're stretching here along that right side body. So as you inhale, feel of those ribs, those side ribs can really expand and stretch and soften as you exhale. Keep holding here, keep breathing. And again, if your arm gets tired, you can move your arm to a different position. So again, we'll use our exhale to help ourselves out. On your exhale, contract those side body muscles to help lift you back to center. Woo. Heel toe those feet back towards each other. You can shake it out a little bit. We're going to move into our 2 minutes of standing exercises. They're absolutely optional. If you want to stay seated for those 2 minutes, you are welcome to do that. If it feels safe for you to come up to stand, we are going to make sure that you give support. So either standing behind your chair or finding a wall or a table. All right, so hands on the chair or your table or your wall. Begin to walk your feet back, creating an L, upside down L position. I'll show you an option that you can do in your chair. So this is the standing version. If you're seated, you're welcome to stretch the legs out a little forward in front of you and lean forward. So the knees are still bent, but you're leaning forward. So in our, I call this chair dog, because it's very similar to down dog if your arms are over by your ears. Your knees can be straight if possible, otherwise they're bent. We'll hold for 2 more deep breaths. And begin to lift your torso and step your right foot forward. So our feet are split. It's up to you how split they are. So they can be pretty close together or further apart. It just depends on your body, on what's going to work for you today. Then bend into your front knee. So that right knee bends, the back leg stays straight. Maybe you'll get a calf stretch in that back leg. So the lower part of that back leg might get some stretch. You can keep those hands on the chair. If you feel like the balance is fine, you can release those arms alongside the body. If that starts to feel too wobbly, hands back to the chair. Your other option would be to reach the arms up to the sky. The 3 options: arms to the sky, to the side, or to the chair. 2 more deep breaths here. And then we'll switch. So stepping your left foot forward, right leg goes back. Again, you decide how far apart the legs are. You just want to make sure that you're stable and strong. And then bend your front knee. So back leg is straight, front knee is bent. Torso is upright. Maybe you're feeling a stretch in the back of that back leg, the lower part. Hands on the chair, by your side, or to the sky. You pick. Several deep breaths here. Notice if you're clenching in the shoulders or the jaw, keeping that soft. And then stepping forward. We're going to find a mountain pose for our last standing pose. So setting yourself up so that your feet are parallel if possible, and your feet are maybe 4 to 6 inches apart so that they're right under our, where actually our hip joints are. So we sometimes think about our hips out here, but our hip joints are more centered. So setting yourself up, feet 4 to 6 inches apart, the feet are parallel. Weight even on the feet, so even front to back, side to side, arms down alongside the body. You can either have your palms facing towards you, or if you want to do the more traditional yoga mountain pose, you could flip those palms to face forward. Softening your rib cage, unclenching your glutes. You feel the back of the neck lengthen. Imagining that there's a string at the top of the head, and that string is just gently pulling you up towards the ceiling, finding length. Knees are tracking straight forward. We'll hold here for 2 breaths. in and out. One more breath here, in and out. All right, let's come back to our chair, back to seated. We have a few more stretches before we wrap up with our final meditation. So we'll go into a longer hold twist first. So once you're seated, you'll rotate your spine to the right. You'll bring your left hand outside of your right leg. Your other hand, your right hand, can either reach for your chair or the backrest, wherever you can grab. And I'll just show you what I'm doing. So you can hold on to your leg, chair, backrest, whatever works. And we'll hold here for several breaths. And notice how your breath is different when you are twisted. It tends to be much harder to breathe. And so you have to focus your attention a little bit more here. And gently release. And we'll twist the other way. So rotating to your left. That right hand can go outside of your leg. Your left hand can either go to your leg, to your bottom of the chair, or to the backrest. Once you're rotated, we're holding for several breaths. Smooth in and out through the nose. Noticing how maybe it's a little tricky to breathe when you're twisted. So it's a great way to stretch the lungs when you're in this rotated position because it's forcing air in different ways. And go ahead and unwind. All right, we're going to get into our hips briefly here. We're going to cross your left ankle over your right, or you can cross your thighs, or you can cross your ankle over your thigh. So I'll say all of those again. You have three options. You have this figure 4 where your ankle is over your thigh. You can cross your legs, or you can cross your ankles. If you're crossing your ankles, let those knees try and splay open. You have all of those options. Take your time to find which one works for you. You can stay sitting tall, or you're welcome to lean forward. And we're just holding this for maybe 6 breaths. So everyone's breath rate is different. So when I say 6 breaths, it might actually be 10 for you. It might be 3 for you. But maybe go ahead and count how many breaths you take here. So an inhale and an exhale would be 1. Inhale, exhale would be 2. Just noticing how long are you actually here. One more breath. Go ahead and come up. Undo your legs. Shake them off if you want, and we'll go right into the other side. So again, you're welcome to cross those ankles, letting those knees splay open. You can cross your thighs, or you can cross your ankle over your thigh. Maybe you stay sitting tall. Maybe that already gives you a lot of stretch. Tends to give a lot of us a lot of stretch already. If you prefer, you're welcome to lean forward. So you should be feeling some stretch here in the glute area in your hips. Again, we're holding for several breaths. Smooth in and out of the nose. Keeping the jaw soft, the shoulders relaxed. And slowly lift yourself up. Gently undo your legs, shake them off. And then move into your most comfortable position. So you can stay seated upright. If you want, you can scooch back and use your backrest if you haven't been using it. Just make sure you're in a position where you can feel rested for a few moments, about 2 or 3 minutes. Once you found your physical position, maybe you close the eyes or soften your gaze to the ground. And we'll finish up with a little bit of breathing. What we'll be doing is inhaling for a count of 3, pausing for a moment, exhaling for 6, pausing for a moment. And I'll count you through. We'll do just 2 or 3 of those. First, just a normal inhale and a normal exhale. And we'll begin. Inhale, 2, 3, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold. Inhale, 2, 3, hold. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold. In, 2, 3, hold. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let your breath move back to normal. Smooth in and out of the nose, noticing where you feel the breath in the body. And then bringing your palms to touch in front of your heart, in front of your chest. And take a moment here to truly thank yourself for showing up. Take care of your mind and your body. And also showing up for your GoGo community so that we can all support each other and grow together. This class isn't possible without you. Deep inhale, fill your lungs. Let it out the mouth. And in yoga, we say, namaste. Thank you, everybody, so much for being here. It's a pleasure as always. I'd love to open up some space for reflections or questions. Maybe noticing how your body is feeling. Maybe you have comments about how this class maybe was different from last time. It's just whatever you're experiencing. I want to hear.
So this was my first chair yoga with GoGoGrandparent. I've done chair yoga before. I thought it was really, really great. And I thank you so much. It was really perfect.
Oh, thank you, Debbie. I'm so happy you're here.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Oh, thank you, Irene. Loved it. So I want to encourage us that this week we focus on breathing throughout your week. So I know if you were in the strength training, we talked about trying to put in some squats throughout your day. If you were in yoga, some twisting. This week, I want you to think about when you hold your breath. When are you breathing? When do you have shallow breath? Maybe when you're stressed, you feel your breath is moving fast. And when you're calm, your breath is moving slowly. So I want you to encourage you to just notice. So having some sense of awareness of your breath throughout the rest of the week, if you'd like some homework. Oh, I see Justin's written in. Great way to take some time out of the day and refocus for me. And then, yes, we have a Facebook group. It'd be great to join and stay connected. And then there's a survey for if you have other comments. But I'm here to listen and talk if you have questions, comments.
And if anybody needs any help coming off mute, I'm very happy to coordinate. I'm looking to see if anybody might want that. I think there might be a way for me to unmute everyone. I'm just trying to see if that would be easier. Let's see.
Oh, I see a great question here. Is breathing through the nose or mouth best? So it depends, but generally I want to say always in through the nose. So our nose filters air really well, and it helps create a very nice temperature environment for our air, for our lungs to be able to take in the air easily. It also, our nostrils have lots of filtering, and it helps filter out a bunch of bad stuff, or for lack of a better way to say that. So in through the nose, I would say always in through the nose. In yoga, we suggest out through the mouth, out through the nose as well. Sorry, I said that too fast. In the nose, out through the nose as well in yoga. There are sometimes it's a little bit hard to do that. And so out through the mouth is also okay if that helps release stress for you. So in through the nose, maybe out through the nose, or out through the mouth.
I think I'm a mouth breather. I guess it's a habit, or maybe the passage isn't clear. I don't know. I'll try.
I'm always, when I'm asleep, my mouth always just opens up, and I'm always breathing through my mouth when I'm asleep. So I know exactly what you mean.
Yes.
And breathing is more important. So if you can't breathe in through the nose, definitely breathe in through the mouth.
Yeah.
But it does. It takes training sometimes.
I've unmuted a few other people. If you'd like to share anything, you're welcome to. But also no pressure. Okay, great. So in the chat, you have our link to our survey, you have a link to our Facebook group, and this weekend you'll get an email that has the recording from today, so you can do it again at your leisure. And we hope we're going to see you again next week. Next week will be strength training, and we're happy that you joined us today. So thanks everyone.